updating a very nice luxury apartment, and here in the country I was born in, GFI receptacles are required in all bathrooms, outdoors, and within 6 feet of a sink in the kitchen. We use 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps, 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare or the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors. However, you may find white live in a switch loop or a 220-240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. This GFI is made by Eaton. It's a very good quality. And it's a 20 amp, and the way you can tell is the T slot on the neutral slot side of the receptacle. So what you do is you just take out your standard receptacle here. This box is set back in the wall a little bit, so I'm going to show you a trick to shim it out so it's not wobbling when plugging it out of it. You got the white wire around the screw backwards here, and the black wires around the screw backwards. So just I'll clip them off just to make it easier. And as you can see there, that white wire is around the screw backwards. The black was the same. So we're going to break these little tabbies off here, and we'll use them to shim out the GFI. So it stays tight against the wall when you plug in and out of it. Okay, this is made by Eaton. You'll see line, you'll see load. Now we're not going to be using the load screws, so I'm going to turn them in and close them. That way it's not floating around and you could touch something we don't want to touch. And white goes on the silver colored screw, which is the wide slot. Black goes on the brass screw, which is the narrow slot. So we put our black line under the brass terminal here. I'll make sure it goes in all the way and gets under the pressure plate the way you want it, like that. So we put our black one in the brass colored terminal. Okay, now we'll flip it over and we'll put our white. I'll hold the white one up to our terminal, make sure it's not too short or too long. See how it gets under the pressure plate all the way and our insulation is flush with the bottom. We'll put it in the white one. There we go. We want our insulation flush with the back there. Now we'll get our ground wire up, we'll straighten it out so it goes in under the pressure plate nice and straight. So push it back, get it under the pressure plate all the way there, make sure it's coming up to the top there. Yeah, see the copper at the top there, so just make sure it's nice and tight. Now let's turn it around and push our wires into our box. Keeping our ground wire down at the bottom there. Now ground down at the bottom. And we're going to use these these tabs that we broke off the outlet we took off to shim it out so we can fasten it to the wall nice and tight. And you know what? I lost a screw, and I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to frustrate. I'm not going to curse. I'm just going to use the old one. If it goes in hard, you know what? It goes in hard. You just fight it. That's all. Maybe I'll have to put a screw gun to it if it's that hard. No, it's going to go in okay. Nice and snug. Nice and tight to the wall the way it should be.